Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews, and welcome back to this wooded area near a main road here in New Hampshire. And today I'm going to be reviewing a beer from Peak Organic in Portland, Maine. This is their Weiss Principal. It's a German-style, imperial German-style Hefe-Weiss. And there's a bit of a description on the back. I'll read that to you. Weiss Principal is the international love child of a Hefe-Weiss and an American IPA. This unfiltered wheat beer employs a traditional German Weiss yeast, providing engaging banana and clove flavors, a stern, dry hopping of pungent American pine and fruit notes. It's so tasty it may be punishable. Guess we'll find that out in just a moment. But the ABV on this is actually kind of on the high side for a lot of the wheat type beers that I've had before. Comes in at 8.6% ABV. Now, as you can see, this has one of those foil tops. I'm going to try something. Someone told me this was a twist off. Let me try first. It certainly is a twist off. So you don't get twist off too often on a craft beer. At least I don't see them too often. Maybe some people see them all the time. So I've twisted off the top, kind of removed a bit of the foil, and I'm going to pour it into a traditional German style Heffe glass. And let's give it a pour and see what we get. Well, I can definitely see the cloudiness right off the bat, and it's giving itself a good head, which is pretty typical of a good German Hefe-Weiss, I would think. And also a lot depends on the pour, of course, but even without the pour, I'm getting a pretty good head on that, which is kind of nice. The color on this tends to be orangish, kind of amber, a bit of a pale yellow orange, but it's really cloudy. I mean, super cloudy and murky and hazy and whatever other words you want to say to explain that you can't see through it too well. Okay, let's give it a whiff. Well, for sure, definitely getting the wheat. There's a nice wheat aroma in here, which of course you want for this kind of a beer. And a light, meaty fruit, sort of like the banana type. In the distance I get the clove, but not quite as much as I get in some. Let's give it a taste. Bring on those alpha acids. It's got a bit of a punch to it here, a good solid bitterness here. It's got the hoppiness is really kind of more predominant in here than some beers of its kind, and the wheat is quite tasty as well in this beer. I'm not getting the yeastiness. I'm not really getting any kind of fruitiness per se, but I'm definitely getting the wheat and a really unique hoppiness. You know, a peppery kind of, maybe a white pepper sort of flavor as well that's mixed in with the wheat, because there's a bit of that really sour, tart, peppery kind of thing going on, but you know, not quite to that level. But the wheat is strong, and yeah, after a few minutes or so, it doesn't hit me instantly, but after a couple of sips, I do pick up a bit of the, you know, the ripe fruit, like a banana kind of thing coming in. The cloves, it's something different than cloves. That's why I'm going with pepper, because you know, clove does have a distinctive sort of pungent sort of taste that really fills up your senses. At least it does to me. But this really has something more than that. It's more just really kind of sharper on the back of the throat. You know, spicy on the back of the throat, in a peppery sort of way, you know, like ground pepper or something like that. But as a whole, it's definitely a unique beer. I think I wouldn't have wanted it quite as hoppy as this, but I think what they're trying to do in this particular beer, they did well. It's not what I would definitely go for in a Hefeweizen beer. A bit too hoppy, a bit too tart and sour for me. The wheat seems to be more muted, taken over more by the hops and the pepper. But overall, I mean, for this beer, the way they describe it, it seems to work out pretty well. Is it a top-notch Hefe-Weiss? Well, maybe not. I think there are some that are better, but it's definitely a beer that you'll remember, I think. I think you'll know what it tastes like. If you see it in the store, you're going to say, oh yeah, I remember what that one tasted like. So that's it for today, and this is Peak Organic's Heffe Principal. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.